Today, I'm going to share the easiest way for you to scale your coaching business without increasing your ad budgets, working on a bunch of funnels, or hiring a bunch of marketing people or copywriters or head of growth to do it for you. And it's all about taking the customers that you loved and appreciated working with in the past, those people that took action, got amazing results, and that you actually enjoyed working with, and cloning those people so that we can start attracting people just like them. So not only do you scale your business, but you'll scale your coaching business with the type of people that you enjoy working with most often. So it creates, not only does your revenue increase, but also your enjoyment in that business increases along the way. So it's the first time joining one of my lives. I'm Brian Czekanski, and I help coaches in particular scale their business at 50K or more in profit every single month by converting all those leads that their sales team has completely given up on. So this is one of the first things that I work on with the people that I partner up with, really sitting down and getting really clear on who are the type of clients that they want into their program. I don't want to just fill their program with as many bodies as possible. I have the ability and the skill to do that, but I want to fill it with the right people. I want to partner up with businesses so that as we get more people into the program, their enjoyment increases because they're working with the exact people that they want to work with, people that are taking action, that fit their personality, and are actually getting results. Because I want more testimonials. The more success stories I have, the more testimonials I have, the easier my job becomes as well. So I'm fully aligned with everybody that I partner with and getting really clear on, okay, who are those type of people that you really enjoyed working with in the past? And how can we start to attract those type of people? And on the flip side, who are those people that are just a pain in the ass that you don't want to work with anymore? And how can I start to look out for those people? What are some of those qualities? What are those certain things that they might say? All those kind of things, so that I can start to, that's a great part of marketing, is you can start to push away or kind of, as much as possible, kind of qualify people away. So it kind of turns off the right audience, but also attracts the right type of people that you're looking for along the way. So one of the things I'm going to talk about today, this is kind of a part one. Didn't want this video to be too long, but let's get into like part one of starting to leverage your success stories so that you can start to attract people just like them in terms of their personality, in terms of the taking action, in terms of getting results. And this is one of the first things that I do anytime I partner up with somebody is, okay, how can we look back in the history of your coaching and kind of identify who are those people that you really enjoyed working with? Who are those people that got amazing results in a very quick and short period of time? And who are those people that actually followed through, like consistently followed through, bought into your system, and they're, they're singing your praises right now. They're sending out referrals, all those kind of things. So those are the type of people that we want to attract. We don't want to go into our marketing just trying to get anybody. So again, first things first is kind of taking a look at some of these things. So I'm just going to share my screen here and kind of sharing a little bit of what has worked for me in the past. So let me just pull up here. I just want to start with number one, kind of an example of somebody that's doing it right here. So again, legendary marketer, if you look them up, I would kind of put them up at there as the case study of, if you go through their list right now, it's one of those things that, again, as you flip through, what do you kind of see is they have all these amazing testimonials of what they're doing right now. Again, go into their posts right here. Literally, their CEO and founder is going through and interviewing people on a daily basis. I think it's 9 or 10 a.m. where he's going out there. He's got all these success stories. He's got enough success stories that almost every single day on the weekday where he can get somebody on the line, he's sharing their stories. Here he's kind of sharing, here's a former teacher, and goes through there, shares a little bit of insights. And it's a way for him to interact with his clients. It's a way for him to interact with the people that are getting success, not only understand like what they got out of the program, what obstacles they had along the way, but he's really getting their story out and then just providing proof along the way. It's kind of like overwhelming proof. If you're following his page on a daily basis, like, like you can see that his system works because he's got all these people of various different backgrounds that are following his system. They're getting results and they're moving along in that same respect. So like one of the things that I would mention for people is anytime anybody gets success in your program, maybe somebody that a week in, maybe they joined your program a week in and they got this amazing result. Maybe they already, again, give the example of maybe they got this really quick win. Maybe they got to that dream scenario really quickly. hey, let's jump on a Zoom call. Let's jump on a live Facebook live, and let's talk it through. Let's talk through your experience. And one of the things that people always talk about the results, but they don't take people back to like, what was your life like before you joined my program? Like what were some of those things that you were struggling with? And the reason you should spend some time doing this is because in your high ticket leads that you are interacting with, everybody's going to have this objection of, I'm not sure that this person can help me in my unique situation, what I call kind of like special snowflake syndrome. So to answer that, what we have to do is kind of start to collate all these testimonials of people just like them. So we have to take our success stories and take them back to, okay, who were you before you joined my coaching program? What were some of those things that you were struggling with? And really get those words and phrases that they would describe those things with. You can take the transcript, you can take those videos, and you can actually you can just put that into your Facebook ads. And what that will do in using the right words and the right phrases from your success stories, it's going to start to attract those people that are just like them. They're going to look at that Facebook ad and see how that person is describing their problem or their dream scenario. And they're going to say, yeah, that person is speaking to me. Like, I'm finally home. Like, I have finally found that solution. It's going to catch their attention. Like, again, in that short amount of time that they're scrolling through Facebook, like one word or one phrase is going to catch their attention, and that's going to get them going through your funnel and getting to the other side. So again, spending some time in doing that. But again, like, the first thing you have to do is being proactive in terms of going out to anytime anybody hits a milestone. It could be a really short hurdle. One of the things that most people don't do is interview some of your new clients. Like, let's get a before and after type of snapshot. So they just joined your coaching program. Let's jump on a Zoom call. Let's record it. And let's get into kind of the nuts and bolts of like, why did you join my program? What stood out to you? Like, what you'll find in some of these interviews is you'll notice certain things that caught people's attention that you didn't even know you were doing. And that's where you can kind of lean into some of these things. Maybe it's a Facebook ad, maybe it's a webinar, maybe it's something that you said. And then kind of interviewing people and getting a little bit of awareness of what caught their attention or what got them over the line to buying with you. It's going to allow you to kind of lean into those things and have more of awareness of what's working and what isn't, so that as you split test more and more marketing, you're going to say, okay, here's my bread and butter. Here's what everybody is telling me got them into the program. Can we add to this? Can we do more of this to get more of people like them along the way? The other part is just getting a sense for like, okay, like, as they're kind of close to their pain, as they're still dealing with that pain that got them into the program, you want to be able to, when they finally leave get to the end of your program at the end of 6 months or 12 months, to actually, be able to compare. Like, you can actually send this to them before you jump on that after type of call and say like, hey, here's where you were before. Take a review of this to kind of remind yourself of where you were, and get them into their pain. Like, talk about like some of those moments that they might be struggling with. But again, like, one thing that most businesses don't do and most coaches don't do is as much as possible, and I'll just make sure this is showing up on the screen, but as much as possible, one thing that most coaches don't do enough is just asking their happy clients for testimonials. So if you're not doing this right now, here's one thing, here's the 5 questions that I would tell you, like, right now. If you're a coach and you've gotten success for people, whether they worked with you 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever it was, go back to them with these 5 questions. Again, you can copy these out right away. I'll put them in the comments below as well, so you can kind of copy and paste them back to your past clients, and ask them to do a quick Zoom, a Loom video or QuickTime video or something like that. The reason we want a video is because if people provide text, they tend to do a lot of editing and things like that. We want kind of their free form talking about their experience as much as possible. So kind of going through these questions kind of takes us through their full transformation. So again, we don't want to just focus on the results. We want to actually take them back to, okay, before you joined my program, before you even met me whatsoever, what were some of those things that you were struggling with? And again, by meeting your prospects exactly where they are and being able to take your success stories and have somebody talk about that same problem in that same way, using that exact same language, is going to be really powerful to, again, attracting the right type of people as much as possible. So what you're going to have is those success stories of people that you enjoy working with the most, and you're almost having them sit side by side with that relevant high ticket lead. You can say, okay, here's a video of somebody, here's the exact words and phrases that they used to describe their problem, and I know they're the right person for you. And then kind of using that language and using that right words and phrases and things like that, it's going to pull those people along. And again, it's going to disqualify all those people that don't meet that qualification, that aren't the right fit for you along the way. So this is one piece here, but I want to take you back to, again, let's go through some of the questions here. Say somebody just joined your program, you're on a sales call with them, you know them pretty well, but like, let's sit down with them. Let's do a kind of a before interview and get a sense for it. This might be, again, maybe they just had success as well. So like, go back to somebody had, just got to the end of your 6 month or 1 year milestone and working with you as a coach. I would also go back to them and think about these intro questions. Allow them to think back as much as possible to start doing this. So like in this video, I'm just going to talk about kind of bringing people back to before they even met you, before they even came across your marketing, just getting them free flowing as much as possible. So jump on a Zoom call with them, record that Zoom call, and kind of go through these intro questions. And kind of the power of it is kind of going through some of the, what are some things that popped out? Those follow-up questions are really going to be a powerful part of that. But like, let's take them back to before they even jumped with you. What was their life like before they joined or bought your product? What was that biggest challenge? What were some of those rock bottom moments? So nobody's dealing with those pain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What were some of those trigger moments? And then identifying some of those trigger moments, again, great fodder for Facebook ad copy, for your sales pages, all those kind of things to call out specific people within your potential audience that might fit the same criteria that your success stories had along the way. And then talking about like, what was their outcome? Like, what was that dream outcome? Maybe that has changed along the way, as they've gone through their coaching. Maybe they have a different dream outcome, but like, again, take them back to, it might have been just getting out of pain at that moment, but allow them to kind of share that with you. And as they share that, again, using get that transcribed, using any number of different services that are out there, and really almost using that transcription and inserting that into your ads, inserting that into your sales pages. And as you do that more and more, what you're going to see is you're going to be starting to attract more of those people and more of those leads that are just like your success stories. Is going to result in your coaching business kind of scaling up pretty quickly. And you're going to have the right type of people that are taking action, that are following through, getting the type of results they're looking for along the way. So again, first part is really just being a little bit more proactive in terms of like, anytime anybody gets a milestone, it could be super tiny, it could be just step one of your process, but let's jump on a Zoom call. Let's ask them to give you a video testimonial of those things, really just as much as possible, trying to document that stuff in video format and going back to people along the way. So at the end of the 1 year mark, always going back to your happy coaching clients and going through, like, let's talk through your transformational story. Let's talk about some of those key milestones. And let's talk about, again, let's take them back to before they join their coaching program. How would they describe that? How would they describe that kind of old person and what they were dealing with? And what's that transformation look like right now? So today I kind of focused on those intro questions. In future videos, I'll talk through how to actually talk through that transformation. So for maybe that, somebody that has worked with you for 1, 3, 5 years, how do we start to get into that transformation? What questions do you start with, and what follow-up questions can you go through along the way to get to that complete transformation from that person that didn't even know who you were, to joining your program and talking about some of those key milestones along the way, and eventually getting to that full transformation where their life has been completely transformed. They got that dream outcome they're wanting the most, and now they've got a new set of goals that might fit into a different coaching program for you, a mastermind, whatever it is along the way, and how you can leverage as much as possible those success stories to get to the other side. So part one today, all about focusing on kind of taking that part. Number one, just being proactive in interviewing your success stories as much as possible, not waiting for them to do the same, getting that in video testimonial type form. Again, go back to these 5 questions. You can do it today, kind of sending out an email to people and your happy clients, say, hey, I want to attract more people just like you. I'd love a video testimonial. The other part with a video testimonial is your leads can kind of see and hear from somebody just like them. So having them in video form, kind of, okay, they can see someone just like them. It's kind of a mirror image of somebody talking about the exact same problems that looks just like them. Again, it's another check mark to say like, okay, I'm in the right place. This coach is the right person for me, and I can go forward as well. And then just thinking for, okay, with those new coaching clients that you do have, always doing kind of that first interview and getting a sense of, okay, what are those intro questions? What were they dealing with before they signed up with you? So they can use that later in their transformation. Kind of, again, once they've gotten those results, you can send that video back to them and say like, okay, here's the before picture. Let's talk about that after picture. But using some of this, using transcriptions as much as possible to use that in your Facebook ads, your sales pages, to start attracting people just like them along the way makes a big difference in terms of how you can do that. And again, not just scaling your coaching business, but scaling with the right customers that kind of fit with people that you love working with, that take action, get results along the way. Don't just fill your coaching program with bodies. Let's fill it with the right people. And what you're going to see is that you probably don't even have to increase your ad budget. You don't have to hire all these people to scale your business. You can just be more efficient with the money that you're spending right now in your ad budget, being a little bit more specific and leveraging those success stories as much as possible to attract the right type of people. It's going to save you a lot of headaches. It's going to save you a lot of dollars in terms of that marketing expertise by just being a little bit more specific, using those exact words and phrases to attract the right type of people along the way. So if this is helpful on whatever platform you're watching on, hit that like button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Always coming out with new tips on how to convert high ticket leads. And I'll also have part 2 and part 3 of this series talking through of what are those additional questions that you should ask in a case study or testimonial type of interview that you have with people along the way. Today was part 1 in terms of talking about that before picture. We'll get into further questions along the way in terms of those case studies that you can use along the way. So with that, see one LinkedIn user, I can't see your name, but from Coventry, taking a look. So appreciate you joining. And with that, I'll see you on a future live.